What's happening, y'all? This Lecrae.
All right, y'all gotta clean this porch now. This is the boy 1K Phew.
And we just jumped off the porch
With dirty glove
bastard. with dirty glove, no daddy having dirty glove bastard, no daddy having bastard.
You bastard.
Young boy got bands on me. Mama just lay hands on me. Last year out down bad, but got happy.
All right, y'all. We have 1K Phew and Lecrae with us off the porch today. How are you guys feeling?
Listen.
We on this thing. We ready. We here. You know what I'm saying? Off the porch.
Period. Listen, a lot of people are going to be kind of shocked to see you guys on our platform. I'm not going to lie.
Word, because we wild. People don't know how that's, I get it. Like your platform, the folks who be on here be, you know, real, like chill.
Real, like kind of, you know.
They not dangerous like we dangerous, you know what I'm
like
saying?
when we came in, y'all had to tell us to kind of put our shirts back on.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they don't know y'all been off the porch. Like, they don't know.
What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll keep it mild this interview though.
We gonna keep it
No,
mild.
we don't need the mildness. We need all the energy.
All right, get ready. Okay.
Now, starting with you, K-Phew, you are actually an East Atlanta native.
For sure.
So you gotta tell us about the culture of East Atlanta in your eyes.
Man, just authentic, just being authentic. It's like, if you're not really what you say you are, you're gonna get pointed out real quick. So even at an early age, I even found out the lane, you know, that I was trying to go into wasn't for me. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what really made me go in the lane I'm in right now. And then it's my real purpose, because I grew up in church in Decatur. You feel what I'm saying? I knew right from wrong, but I always didn't choose that. And then I really just had to wake up and really choose my purpose. And really, I feel like me choosing my purpose like that is me following my roots from the East Side, because I'm really just following what I know and what I'm supposed to be doing.
I don't live on both sides. The east side, something different.
So
Just telling you, something different.
Man, now, could you give us a little insight on what life was like for you growing up?
man, just hard-headed. I was really the only one out all my partners who really had a mama and a dad, you feel what I'm saying, in the house. And I was always outside, you know, I always say I'm going to play basketball and I'm going to do this, but as soon as I hit the street, we on something else. And it was always like I kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. Like even when we did do what we did, go on little missions, I ain't finna incriminate myself or nothing like that, but even when we did what we did, my partners was still telling me, nah, bro, like they kind of roasting me, like, bro, you know, my dudes ain't going for that, like, you know what I'm saying? So I really had to kind of wake up to that too, and I really appreciated that too, because they kind of knew I was the way out in a sense. So I really had to stay focused for the most part and really become a leader.
Now, I was watching your interview and I found it very interesting that you talked about how your church was right next to a trap house.
For sure.
So, you know, when you're younger, you don't really realize like the significance of that. But as you're older and you look back, what would you say was the dynamic between your church being next to that trap house?
The dynamic, like what you mean by dynamic?
Not the dynamic, but like the significance. Like as you get older and you reflect.
It allowed me to.
Tell them, that's how I came to the Lord, because I used to be trapping next door to the church. I sold the pastor everything he was doing, but go ahead, I'll tell you.
I really couldn't talk about it in service, because you know he was doing what he was doing, and I just had to keep it low.
You feel
so,
me?
I mean, that's really.
But the Trap House, Church House, you got a whole song about it, low key.
No, for sure. But it really showed me a lot of things at a young age, and you know, in the culture, they make it seem cool, like, you know, drug dealing and, you know, seeing junkies and stuff like that. I seen that at a young age, and I'm not really knowing that that's supposed to be cool or whatever. I'm just around that, and I don't know. It just put something different in me, like. And I always grew up like around older people, like I hung around older people. So I kind of got an old soul too. So
kinda.
Like I mean,
this man know all the Martin episodes.
I'm telling you, First Prince, I'm telling you.
Now, you know we gotta ask, what age would you say you officially jumped off the porch?
Officially jumped out the porch. Oh, as soon as my folks stopped forcing me to go to church. So that was probably like 19 or something like that. I jumped off late. You know what I'm saying? Like 19, for real. I jumped off late. I had to wait.
You had to wait.
Yeah.
So your
as soon as I got that freedom,
he had to look both ways.
I bungee jumped off the porch. I bungee jumped off the porch.
Your parents wasn't going for none of that. So they was in the church for real.
For sure. They weren't going for none of that.
Now, I find the dynamic really crazy between you and Lecrae because you grew up in the church, you were raised in the church, but Lecrae, you were not. And I don't think a lot of people know that.
I did not grow up in the church. I did not fool with church because my grandma was big into it and she forced my mom into it. My mom was like, I'm not with that. So she was like, I'm not gonna make you do what I did not like to do. So it was kind of good for me though because it helped me connect. Like when I found God, it was real and authentic. It wasn't on some, I grew up in it. It was like, if this is real, then I'm really giving up a lot to go move in this direction. So yeah, but the connection is dope because it's kind of like we can talk to two different sides of it. You know what I mean? He grew up in the church, but then went to the streets. I grew up in the streets and then went to the church. So it's kind of like we can talk to both sides of the situation.
Sure.
And that's one thing, I did not know that you grew up in the streets.
Oh, boy, listen, just don't let the education, don't let the smooth voice and the articulation fool you, you know what I'm saying? I know some big words, but listen, I done seen some things, yeah.
And just to go back to the church background, you know, as believers, we do stray away. So during your time of straying away, what would you say were some things that you were going through?
Lord. Again, I ain't gonna incriminate myself.
You got one more year, statute of limitations.
I'm telling you.
You got one more year, then you tell y'all the real story.
But long story short, like I just realized that, cause when I was doing certain things, it always went left for me. Like I had partners who would get into stuff, they never get caught. Like everything I did, it never really worked. And it got to a point where I kind of took that for granted. And I feel like, you know, God was shielding me from all that. And I took all that for granted, and long story short, I'm gonna get prison time in another situation, getting shot at. So if I would have kept going, I was either gonna end up dead or in jail. So I just really had to make my decision and really choose my purpose.
Right. And then with you, Lecrae, you haven't really strayed away. You was just already in the streets.
Yeah, I look at the streets like the jungle and the church like, you know, like a garden. And I understand the garden is cool, but sometimes you gotta get out the garden and go back to the jungle so you can pull more people into the garden. But like, yeah, I'm not one of them type of people who got scared and it was like, let me run to the church. I like really investigated for myself. I got my best friends doing fed time or, you know, in and out of prison, in and out of jail. And for me, I think, I don't know, for whatever reason, God just kept keeping me out of I ain't gonna say I was just too slick. You know, it was God for sure. So I just think I started doing some investigation and just like, if this is real, let me like really dig into it. And I think that's why I resonate with people, you know what I mean? That's why it's authentic, like Phew was talking about. It's an authentic thing. When we make music, it's not church boys trying to sound street.
Yeah.
It's people who really love God and really understand the streets at the same time. And so it's not fake, you know what I mean?
And that really what made me get into it, really. Cause, you know, growing up in church, you know, they'll always bring gospel rappers and stuff like that. And, you know, we always like, man, what are these folks doing? Like, we can never relate to them. And I knew I could get up there and relate. So, you know, the first time I got up there, I fell in love. Like, my partners, like, they were lit, everybody had the whole church pipe. Matter of fact, after that service, almost every church in the city, like, we was in every church in the city going up. And that's how I ran into Zay. That's how I ran into Zaytoven. And I got to him, and it was just up from there.
And a lot of these dudes really do, like, they be in the church like that. They just don't be talking about it. So we just ain't afraid to talk about it. You talking about Zaytoven, you talking about, you can take it all the way back to Scarface, some of the new artists, you know what I'm saying?
3-6 Mafia.
All of them, you know what I'm saying? They be represented, talking about their faith and talking about God. It's just like, we not afraid to really go there and really just represent what we represent. It is what it is. 116 for life, baby, you know what I'm saying?
Now, as we were speaking previously, you know, in your times of straying away, what would you say was y'all's like awakening to where you guys knew, like, I gotta get myself together, I gotta get right?
That right there, like, and just me, you know, my kids too. like just me having a family, like having a wife and kids, like, cause me and my wife, we had our first child before we got married. And when I had my first child, I say that's really when I was like, nah, I gotta tighten up for real. Cause it's not about me no more.
Right.
I gotta think about other people before me now. So I definitely say my family made me tighten up for sure. Like after, even after, you know, all the situations I went through in the street, like when I really realized I had to put people before me, that's when I really tightened up for real.
I think I just got exposed, you know, to different things. So one, I got a scholarship, you know, to go to school, and that's exposed me to a different world. And I was like, oh, I didn't know this. So how do you do this? So it made me realize I don't know it all. You know what I mean? When I figured out I didn't know it all, then it's like, all right, there's a different way to live life. How do I figure this out? So I started asking more questions. I started going to different meetings, and then I just, you know, was like, I would go to anything. So I you know, I was one of them type of folks who, like, I really respect like Killer Mike, because that's the type of person that I would see myself as, like somebody who came from it, but I want more. I want to think. I'm a processor. So for me, it was like, I want to be around folks who thinking about stuff and processing, and leaders. And it just so happened that some of them was Christians. So I just started fooling with them, and they was putting me on stuff. And I was like, I ain't never thought about none of this stuff. And they just rocked with me until it opened up my eyes that like, oh, I'm tripping. I'm sleep on God for real. Yeah.
So what do you think holds people back from, you know, leaving the streets?
From leaving the streets? Money. So I'm successful at what they do. And a lot of my partners, they got kids too, so that's really all they know.
I was about to say.
That's really the only lane they know. So that's
about to say.
I can't speak for nobody else, but for my folks, that's all they know.
That's what it is. It's all you know. You can't be what you never seen. You can't become what you never beheld. You know what I'm saying? So until you see something different, you know what I mean? It's like, look at Jay-Z. Like, that's how I look at it. It's like, look where he came from and look where he's at now. But when he got more exposure, then he expanded, he grew. And so that's how I look at it. It's like, if this all you've ever dealt with, what's gonna make you wanna leave it until somebody show you something different? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, that's all you gonna do. I started learning about different things, you know, whether it's God, whether it's financial investments, whether it's whatever it is, it's like, oh, I'm tripping. Like, you know, I'll never forget, like, cause I come from a neighborhood that's, you know, really gang affiliated. And I remember when I first moved into a really nice house, and I was like, bro, why am I living in this super nice house and my brain keep thinking about gang banging? Like, this is dumb. Like, I'm over it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you were gangbanging.
I was affiliated.
Affiliated?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I was
cool.
strongly affiliated. I mean, they would say I was a part of it, but I wasn't putting in work like they was putting in work. They'll give me that credit, but I won't take it, because, you know, yeah.
Another thing too, like, I got some partners, like, they changed with me, but, you know, everybody ain't gonna have that mindset. Like, some people don't want to change. Some people don't want a different lifestyle. You know, and you know, you can't change somebody who don't want to be changed.
Right.
Like, not all the time. You gotta give it to God.
It's God work.
For sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love how you just said you got to give it to God, because that's an underrated blessing. I don't think we think about how easily it is to give our life to God and then watch everything that we've always dreamed of unfold right in front of us.
For sure.
Yeah. Big facts.
That's fact.
All right, so Phew, we got to get into your career. I had watched the previous interview that you did, and you spoke on not wanting to be called a Christian rapper at first, but a Christian that raps.
For sure.
So I really want you to break down that statement of what you meant by that.
Yeah, so that was my mindset kind of at first, kind of like, you know, when I came in and, you know, when bro signed me like 4 years ago, I came in like, you know, I wanna just be a Christian that rap. I don't even want that Christian rap or gospel rapper stamp. Like, I'm just gonna do me, like, just the way I do me. But I ain't gonna lie, like, during the pandemic, I really sat down and really, you know, opened up my eyes to what my purpose was for real. And, you know, I just heard from God, and he told me, like, he gave me the sauce, like, to be who I was. So I don't really got to put on for nobody. I don't got to put on for the church. You know, I don't got to put on for the street. You know, I just got to walk in the lane he gave me. And ever since I've been doing that, you know, the street been rocking with me heavier. Like, the church been rocking with me heavier.
it.
Like, all you got to do is just stay in your lane and follow your purpose. Like, that's it. That's the recipe.
Now, were your friends pretty supportive when they saw you jumping into the Christian rap lane?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. They was supportive for sure, but I ain't gonna lie, like when it started going up, that's when everybody's really believed in it. You know, it's the difference between supporting and believing. You know, so I had a lot of supporters, but now everybody believing. So that's dope to see for sure.
Shoot, they still rock with them, even if they still in the streets. They'll
nah,
still
for
be on
sure.
the video set.
Yeah.
They still
Yeah.
they rock with them.
Yeah,
Man.
definitely.
You know what I mean?
Now, how exactly did pursuing your career in rap, how did that come about for you?
Just growing up in Atlanta, like sneaking, watching MTV, BET in the house, looking at Ludacris and Nelly and all the naked girls on TV, and I was just inspired. Like, I gotta get in the strip club ASAP. Not just playing, but I just love rap music, man. Like, I always wanted to rap, always. Like, even growing up in church, like wanted to rap. So, I don't know. It just through my whole life, I just stuck with that. I just stayed consistent. Like even when I was going through the trials and everything, even when my own folks weren't even believing in me. And
Right.
you know, with me having a child on the way, with my girl folks, even them saying they weren't, you know, cause I'm rapping, I ain't having no job, you know, so just me staying consistent and really just, you know, like I said, giving it to God and really having that faith for real. Cause you know, you can say you're a Christian but not have faith for real, you know.
Oh,
It's a lot
that's
of them.
deep.
Yeah, just because you in the garage don't mean you a car.
I'm telling you.
You know what I'm saying?
You can be a lawnmower.
Now, who were some musical influences for you growing up?
Tip. Just the whole Atlanta wave, really, like Luda, Bone Crusher,
Cass.
Cass, what that is?
Outkast.
Oh, Outkast,
What you talking
Outkast.
about?
I never heard nobody say Cass.
Yeah.
Nah, Outkast for sure. Andre 3000 is the best
That's the
rapper
one.
to ever breathe.
Hands down, the best.
So
That's why I rock with him, because we agree on that.
For sure.
If he didn't agree on that, we wouldn't be
yeah,
sitting
we
here right now.
we wouldn't even
It's a rap.
Yeah.
When you initially started rapping, did you go into rapping about your faith or were you rapping about other things?
I did Faith Street Faith. So I started out.
You gotta break that
I
genre
started
down for
out,
us.
you know, cause I was younger, like. So I started out, you know, recording myself on the little cassette tapes in the house, and that was like, you know, gospel rap. You know, the pastor was letting me do, you know, little songs as a child. Then, you know, I got to middle school, got exposed to drugs, gangs, and you know, all that, and wanted to explore a little bit, and you know, of course I jumped into that, talking about, you know, the street stuff and all that type stuff. And then I got caught by my mama one time. She heard one of the songs, but I was talking too crazy, boy.
You remember what you were saying?
Yep. I was saying all type of stuff, boy. I was telling all type of stuff what they wanted to do to me and do to them. It was crazy, but yeah. And then I just went through life and realized my way wasn't the right way. You feel what I'm saying? So I just had to convert all the way, and the music was included with that, with the lifestyle.
When exactly did you start to take it serious?
Shoot, when I had them kids, I took it into overload, like for real. And after that, once I really found out my purpose, like, and once I found out I had, you know, people looking up to me and really, you know, listening to what I was saying for real, that's another reason why I took it serious too, cause like I said, it's bigger than me, like not only my children, but I'm having, you know, supporters and, you know, fans, little brothers and, you know, cousins really looking up to me and listening to what I'm saying. And it's just, it's a lot of people, you know, I could let down, you know, so I can't, that'll be irresponsible of me to just stop, you know, so that's definitely.
And what were some transitions that you had to go through to get to where you are now?
Transitions. But we had too many transitions. Which one? Which transition? You got to break that question down.
Just like focusing in and really knowing what you've been called to do.
Man, really?
Was it when you was at Diddy house?
No, I think it was when I was seeing Chris Brown them at
You was
Diddy
with
house.
Madonna.
With
Madonna?
Wiz Khalifa.
It was Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah.
That's right.
Nah, I'm just talking about when he took me to Diddy house.
That's
Right.
a different story.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a true story, but it's a
Yeah,
different
nah, for
story.
sure. But boy, that was crazy. We gotta talk about that
Can we
one
hear
time. Hold on,
both?
Let's
I wanna
segue
hear
right
both
quick. Let's
stories,
segue
yeah.
right quick. Man, And he always talking about I'm spoiled. Like, this man spoiled me. Like, the first tour I ever been on in my life was his tour. Like, you know what I'm saying, on the tour bus. That was my first tour I ever been on. My first time in LA, I went to the BET Awards and to Diddy's house. Like, Diddy threw a house party, like a barbecue in the backyard, full of celebrities.
Jimmy Iovine back
Right.
there, Madonna.
But the whole time, you know, bro was just telling me, all right, now this is a dream now. So after today, these folks ain't gonna be talking to you like that. But it was motivation because I was like, I gotta get back here for sure. Like, you know, and really in my way and you know, the authentic way, you feel what I'm saying?
And then you had another story about your transition.
Another story. Dang. I lost it. I'm sorry.
I feel like, but I ain't trying to cut you off, but I do feel like you, cause when he first got signed, it was like he was trying to find himself and figure out like what he was gonna do. He was spitting,
Oh yeah, for sure.
but then you really transition like, all right, this is what I'm finna do.
Yeah,
for
because
real.
I was scared to even talk, like
Yeah.
around, you know, because that's my first time being in a professional setting. Like, I
Right.
ain't never been around that much white people in my life. So I'm like, I don't know what to say right now. So I really had to realize that, nah, like them folks really want me to be myself and really be comfortable. And that's the only way we gon', you know, if I'm a leader, that's the only way we gonna have motion. You know, I gotta lead. You feel what I'm saying? So.
Now, when it comes to purpose, I feel like a lot of us, especially the younger people, we struggle with knowing when something is our purpose. So how do you really distinguish that?
You just gotta tap in like with God for real, have that tunnel vision. Cause it's just a lot of distraction. It's like, you know, social media, the news, all type of stuff that can throw you off. But you really just gotta have that tunnel vision in life and what you're supposed to be doing. Cause everybody got a purpose. Like nobody can say they don't got no purpose. So all you gotta do is just really tap in though, like and really do it on purpose. You gotta walk in your purpose on purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Bars. You know
Yeah.
who you got around you, you know what I'm saying? Like, are them people putting your flame out or putting gas on the flame, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. That's facts.
Now, I want to dive into the genre of gospel rap. Okay, I want to make
Gospel
sure.
rap is back.
I wanna-
Big.
I want to make sure I say the politically correct terms because I know Christian rap, gospel rap. Which one do y'all prefer?
It's all the
Man,
same.
it's all the same.
Okay.
It's all the same. We one family anyway.
Yeah, it's all the same.
I feel like with gospel rap, a surface level thinker would think that it's just rappers rapping about God, but it's deeper than that. And I kind of want you guys to dive into the genre of gospel rap and what it means.
I'll say this, like, you could say, you know, like, oh man, that's a trap rapper or whatever, like, and your brain may think all he gonna rap about is selling drugs, but it's a lifestyle connected to that. Like what he dealing with, like what's going on when his partners get arrested or his baby mama tripping or you don't get to see his kids or he running from, like it's so much lifestyle connected to just what he doing. So it ain't just a song about selling drugs over and over and over again. And I think that's what people think about what we do is it's just gonna be like a sermon over and over. It's a lifestyle. So we talking about our struggles. We talking about our ups and downs, our highs and lows and how we navigate. Cause everybody got problems, everybody got issues, but it's how you deal with them. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna choose to deal with them the God way and other people not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really the best way, really, I feel like. I be telling folks all the time, like, it take more brain power to do this. Like,
It
you
does.
gotta have a little bit more sauce to do this, and it be it, though.
Yeah.
It be it. Because you can do it. We got some folks that be doing it, it don't be it. I salute to them, but it don't be it.
Salute to 'em.
We
Yeah.
gotta talk about the pressures that come with you guys being gospel artists. I feel like y'all got a lot of pressure of basically having to be perfect.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Like, everybody just think you're a robot and just program to, you know. But, you know, man, ain't nobody perfect, like, but God. You feel what I'm saying? So, it's just that simple. I don't really got too much to say about it.
See, he get the privilege of not having to deal with a lot of the stuff that I used. I went through
You got
hell. They tried to
No,
kill
for
me
real.
out there. It was I come to an interview like this, they be like, "Where your choir robe at?" You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I was about to start trolling myself and just bringing a bottle of vodka with me and calling it holy water. Like I was about to just troll myself because I was so tired of them. Like, you know, what is you real? What is this?
Right,
You know what
tell
I'm
me.
saying? So my thing is like, we not Christians because we perfect and got it all together. We Christians because we are broken and we can admit we need a savior. You know what I'm saying? Like folks don't want to admit they got issues and they're not perfect. Like we admit we not perfect. That's what make us Christian. You know what I'm saying? So we like, yeah, we need the Lord. And we ain't got no problem admitting that. Like we ain't too tough to admit that. Everybody when they look, if you've been locked up before, you know them people who sitting in them cells crying out to God. That's when you know everybody human. You know what I'm saying? Everybody tough in the streets, but when they get behind them walls, everybody be going to Bible study or calling out to the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Free Polo, free King, by the way.
Yeah, free JJ, free Nate. You know what I mean?
And I will say, like how you mentioned how he had the privilege. I know whenever you started collaborating with, you know, what they would call the secular artists, it was like a big thing with the Christians. And I really want you to give your perspective on what you thought when people were trying to get at your neck for collaborating over into the secular world.
I mean, yeah, I done songs with everybody from Ty Dolla $ign, you know, Big Crit, shoot. I mean, I don't even, the list go on and on and on, like everybody. So to me, you know, it's like I'm doing what's natural, what's normal for me. You know, it may not be what's normal for you, but like I said, I came from the jungle. Y'all like the garden. Y'all can stay in the garden, that's cool. I'm a bridge from the garden to the jungle. You know what I'm saying? And like he said in his verse, you know, when you bridging the gap, it got trolls on it. So the trolls is gonna come after you because they want things to be the way they want them to be. And I'm like, bro, we wouldn't be effective if we stayed doing it your way. Like, y'all do that. We need that. But somebody got to do what we doing. And so I'm like, I took the flack, I took the shrapnel, but now he get to do song. You did a song with
That boy Schoolie, that boy T Hood,
Land Strip Trip.
that boy.
Nobody cared because I took all the bow. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and if they do care, oh well, because like we the only Bible some people gonna ever read.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's facts.
So do you
Dang,
guys,
boy, hold on. You gotta let that breathe a little bit. Let that breathe. That's fact right there.
Yeah.
Let us.
All right, we can continue.
so I know that a lot of artists are, you know, making gospel music. For instance, I would like to use Kanye, for example. Do you guys feel like with them doing that, it's causing gospel music to be more mainstream?
I feel like when Lecrae first did Blessing with Ty Dolla $ign, that's what really popped it off to be
Right,
mainstream.
and that's true.
And but you know, even when we talk about you know, he popped off with Jesus Walk. You feel what I'm saying? So I
And
don't
folks
know.
ain't gonna look, it's cool. I don't want the credit. We don't need the credit. We know what we do it for and who we do it for, you know what I'm saying? Like, we appreciate it everywhere, celebrate it nowhere. That's just what we do. It is what it is. But I do know, and you know who y'all is, I do know some of y'all was influenced by what we do, and y'all in the mainstream. And that's cool, because we grateful. We glad the message is getting spread. But, you know, that's cool. They don't have to give us the credit. We gonna be right here.
So
Now, what are some things that you guys would like to shed light on when it comes to the gospel rap genre?
man, it's some hard folks that do it. Like, I feel like when it got the stereotype on it, you know, that's church rap. You know, they ain't really riding for real. But boy, like if you tap in for real, like we got too many folk going crazy. That boy 1KP Son, Aha Gazelle, that boy What Up RG. You know, we got everybody, bro. Like we got
Star
too
Ringo.
many. Star Ringo, like we got too many. Like going
Trip
too
Lee.
crazy.
Tribly.
Too crazy,
Even
like-
that, he a OG, you know what I'm saying? Hovey, you know, Atlanta going stupid too.
Going
you know what
dummy.
I'm saying? You can't deny the talent. It ain't no denying the talent. It's just that folks, it's the stigma. You know what I'm saying? It's people like put us in a box and they don't want to listen because they like, I think I already know what that's about. Like, I do the same thing. So I ain't, you know what I mean? Like, I went to a hockey game for the first time. I never want to go to no hockey game. Why would I ever want to go to a hockey game? The only
Right.
thing black in a hockey game is a puck. But I still went and I was like, this is hard. Like, I loved it. I was like, I gotta come to another hockey game because I just had a stigma in my brain about what it's gonna be like. I think that's how people, until they listen, they like, I'm cool on that. But then they listen, they like,
Yeah.
but y'all going crazy.
That's hard.
Yeah.
And you guys have been doing this for a minute. So that leads me to ask, how have you guys managed to stay consistent within this genre, even with it being overlooked at times?
Well, it really showed what you were in it for, really. Because when I was doing it, well, not when I was doing it, but as I'm doing it, I'm not really in it to be the, huge or the biggest, you feel what I'm saying? That's the goal for sure, because we got to go big for the biggest, you feel what I'm saying? But I was really in it for a real reason, for a real purpose, and that's to really show people that somebody like me coming up from the church and really, having that real relationship with God for real, you can still pop it, you can still be yourself, you can still walk with your purpose. And that's really the main reason I'm doing, just to show people that, I'm telling you I'm a gospel rapper. Like, I'm telling these folks what's going on, like, and they rocking with it. So, and I'm not scared to say it, so
And
that's why I'm doing it.
the folks who be rocking with us too, it's like, I don't know what people think. Like, it's people who watch Off the Porch who rock with our music. It ain't, like, you be thinking it's church mothers, it ain't church mamas, because they don't rock with us like that. They don't really be playing us on gospel radio like that.
Right.
So the people who tapped in are tapped in because they relate to what we got going on. So it's kind of like, folks would assume that, we on tour with Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin ain't taking us on tour, We do our own tours, and when you come in the crowd, you see people who look just like us, And they be sold out, packed out of folks who look just like us and talk just like us and walk just like us and think just like us, And it's like, that's why we've been able to do it so long, because we got like real people who, like he's saying, we do this for a real reason, real purpose, for real people, you know what I mean?
And how would you guys describe the current state of gospel rap right now?
It's going upward, northern,
Stuck.
telling you.
Roller coaster. Stuck.
That's the state of gospel rap right now.
Yeah.
You
stuck.
said, you mentioned it before, gospel rap is bad.
Jack.
Now, I really want to know how you guys cross paths with each other.
Boy, first time, I'm gonna tell you the story, I'm gonna put you down. So I had
Tell
a
me the
song,
story, because I don't even know if I know the story.
really Church Gone Wild.
Oh, okay.
Church Gone Wild went crazy, and that was one of the beats Zaytoven he gave, man, shout out to Zaytoven. That was one of the very first people who gave me a chance. And one of the beats I had to his song was called Church Gone Wild. And it got played on, the gospel station, it got played on V103. It got a lot of love in the city. And at the time he was working on his album, All Things Work Together, and they had a lot of producers from Zaytoven, Metro Boomin, Honorable C Note, a lot of producers. And I just so happened to hit up, Biz. And I don't really believe in coincidence, because, everything be God. So, I hit up Biz, and that's the, the head engineer at Reach. So any artist who want to get signed to Reach Records, hit up Biz.
His
on
inbox gonna be flooded, gonna be trash.
And so I hit him up, and I was just trying to network. I was just trying to get in, trying to work, and it just so happened they was working on that, and he invited me to the studio. So I came up to the studio, and the first song I had cut was this song called Hammer Time, and he ended up using that for one of the lead singles for All Things Work Together. That's right after Blessings too, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And and just happened from there. And that's when I first met him, and it just. I
had known about him, but I didn't know like what he could really do. And then he just came to the studio and went crazy, and I was like, bruh. And then we cutting edge too. We don't like doing because a lot of times in the gospel or Christian music space, sometimes stuff be a little bit behind the times. And we was like, man, trap is up right now. So like, why would we not have that sound? You know what I mean? And that's what he was on. So it was a no-brainer. It worked. You know what I mean?
Now, in what ways are you guys able to market yourself in a way where your music is for everybody?
It's for everybody.
I'm about to say, Jesus for everybody. You feel me?
I'm telling you. Nah, for real, it's for everybody. For sure.
I mean, I just think you make it authentic. Just be yourself, because it's something for everybody. Like you may not, like when you listen, you may listen to, I don't know, like Juice WRLD don't sound like Moneybagg, but it's something, but you know about both of them. It's something for everybody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just find your lane and you rock with it. And so for us, it's like, I don't know, we're not trying to, like, I think people always feel like they gotta, like Christians feel like they gotta like add extra PR to get like people to really care. And I'm like, bro, we got the real truth. We got the gems. We got what people really need. We got the hope. So we don't need no extra like we just need to do what we've been called to do. And
that's kind of what I was saying. Like when I woke up and really start saying like I'm just a Christian to rap, when I really start stamping like nah, I'm a gospel rapper, like, and really started to stand on that. And man, folks really rocking with that for sure, man. Like, and you know, a lot of people, you know, they confuse, you know, gospel rap with the church, cause you know how the church can judge you, and you know, they think, you know, just because they listen to that, they gonna get judged and stuff like that. But nah, it ain't even like that, cause we kind of fight the same battle too when we go to these churches and perform. You know, we fighting too with people judging us. So I mean, it's for everybody. Like at the end of the day, it's for everybody.
Now we have to get into you guys' debut joint project.
Man, no church in a while out right now, man. It said no church in a while, but we been wildin'.
It's not a game. It's not a game, people. If you
I've
sleep,
been on top for a while, gotta let my crowd in.
wake up.
Telling ya.
Hey, wake up. You still sleep. Wake up.
Listen,
Wake
y'all.
up.
It's the title for me. It's the title for me because a lot of us have not been to church in a while.
We made it for you.
For sure.
We dedicate this album to you.
And even coming from me personally, like, that's when I really found God for real, was when I didn't go to church for a minute and really had to step out on my own and not really having nobody to tell me or force me or shove religion down my throat. And I really had to find that relationship with God, you feel what I'm saying, for myself. So yeah, that's how it relate to me personally.
Yeah. Church ain't no building, man. It's not a building, it's a people. We the church, you know what I'm saying?
The church right now.
We just had our, we did a little release party, little Soul Food Sundays, and it was like gold grills getting made.
Shout out to boy Scotty ATL.
You know what I'm saying? Free tattoos, 116 tattoos, fried chicken, you know, macaroni and cheese, us rapping, my homie Tadashi teaching.
But T-Dot.
And that was like, that's church for folks, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't about a building. It was like, it's about who's in the building, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, when I heard that Forever Rolling tag, I must have flew out my chair.
Shout out to Forever Rolling, man. Hey, the first time we met, like, that was what we cooked up. Like, we meshed, like, it was authentic, like, it was meant to be.
Buddy hard.
He too hard.
So I'm saying, like, why would we not want the same producer that do stuff for ESTG or Moneybag Yo? Why would we want anything? Like, we want the good stuff, you know what I'm saying? Why would we come soft? We supposed to come hard.
Telling you.
And you guys also had Zaytoven on there as well. And I know you guys go way back.
Not on the project, though. Not on the project.
Not on the project, sorry.
But
he
had on
supported.
his, though. He's supporting, though. That's my brother for sure, though.
Yeah, that's family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Zay gonna always be family.
He might as well been on the project.
For real. His influence was there. We felt you in spirit, though, Zay.
For sure.
We did a whole project.
A lot of people think he made Wildin', though.
Oh,
For
I
real.
can see that because of the flute.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that.
Okay, yeah, sorry. That's why
Like
Zaytoven was on the project. But I do want to ask you guys, what did you want people to take from this project?
Man, you can be yourself, man. Like, you can really come as you are.
Yeah.
You know, like, man, the Bible say come as you are. So you don't got to put on for these folks. Like, you don't got to worry about people judging you or, you know, think about what you got going on. Like, the only person you got to get right with is God, man. Like, at the end of the day, so.
Yeah. I heard Key Glock say he pray but he don't go to church. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like when we made this project, it was for folks like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you struggling with church people probably, but you still want to be connected to God. And so we just trying to help people tap into that relationship with God, you know, relationship over religion. So maybe you'll end up going to a church, maybe you won't, but at least we can, you know, encourage you to like really dig deeper into your relationship with God by being honest about, because we struggle too, you know what I mean? So it's like,
ain't nobody no robot.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah.
And as we come into the new year, Phew, what's up next for you?
Man, look,
Big things.
we got the amusement park about to come out. we got the Victoria's Secret line for the ladies.
It's going up.
Ooh.
It's going up.
And,
It's called prayer cloth.
Ooh.
It's going crazy.
It's out of here too.
Prayer cloth.
I couldn't even hold that one, boy. You retarded. Nah, man, music, and more music, man. We going up, man. Like it's just the beginning. It's the beginning, like for everything. So we going up. So expect music, hits, bangers.
Yeah, album
So-
coming.
Album on the way. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
spill too much beans,
Tour.
but album on the way.
We
As
gonna
I
be
am
on the
way.
road. You know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure.
we coming to a city near you. So come as you are.
You
know what I'm
did.
saying? Come as you are.
You did.
Unashamed tour. It's gonna be lit.
Yeah.
And really quick, before we wrap up, I do want you, Lecrae, to talk about your prison ministry.
Yeah. I mean, look, to me, ministry is where your feet are. So everybody it's like, I'm just doing what is natural for me. You know what I'm saying? My pops was in and out of prison, all my friends in and out of prison, cousins. Like, those are real people behind the walls. You know what I mean? So for me, it's not like, oh, let's go do prison ministry. You know, it's like, let's go serve the people that we love and care about, and
Right.
somebody's son, somebody's daughter. So for me, that's just something I'm passionate about, you know what I mean? And want to make sure people are advocated for, because I got a homeboy who spent, half his life in prison, and he was innocent. You know what I mean? So he didn't have anybody to advocate for him, and when he finally did, he got out. And then, people being mistreated, so it's like, how can we help them? And then they just feel forgotten. So just programs, we can create programs. We bring people masks during COVID. We do a lot of stuff. We do concerts. We've been in like all the prisons around the country doing live shows. When the album come out, the first people that got it was people who was incarcerated. They got it a week before everybody else did, because, the first will be last, the last will be first.
That's
So
hard.
you know what I'm saying? So
That's too
that's just how, it's just being like, that's what I feel like, to me, that's what the church should be doing. We are the church, so we doing the work. You know what I mean? That's really it.
All right, y'all. Any last words or shout outs?
1K Phew is the future.
Gospel rap is back.
You feel me?
You dig.
Yeah.
Y'all follow me at 1KPHEW.
Yeah.
Don't be fake.
Yeah.
Cause
for
you just heard me say it.
Yeah, follow him. For real, he'll take you somewhere. I don't know where he's gonna take you, but he'll take you somewhere.
East, what that boy Rich homie say? Aretha, Franklin, East Atlanta. Baby, I'll take you there. I know that was the wrong lyric. I had to say it.